Dune 2 made me chuckle.
And it made me go, haha. Now, if you think it's a coincidence that this very serious, dramatic sci-fi epic had us both laughing in the theater,
You'd be dead wrong.
Deado like Duke Leto.
Denis Villeneuve, director of Dune and Dune 2, turns out to be a secret comedic genius as he threw together some of the funniest film moments of the year, beating all allegations that Dune is actually just sleepy Star Wars.
In what is indisputably one of the greatest sci-fi films in recent history, I just don't think the film gets enough credit for its comedic value.
It's no secret among fans of the Dune books or Dune movies that these movies actually give even Star Wars a run for their money in terms of just plain weirdness. And we all know Star Wars is interesting.
Stilgar's obsession with Paul Atreides was already kind of funny as is, but I mean, the dude was riding Paul's for Christ's sake.
Lisan Al Gaib.
Literally, for Christ's sake.
Metaphorically for the riding.
Literally too, I guess.
Anytime the two of them are in the same scene, you can expect Stilgar to obsessively praise Paul, muttering something or other about how he's the Messiah or Lisan Al Gaib.
After 30 minutes of climactic buildup, an intense fight to the death between Feyd Rautha and Paul, and then it's all interrupted by Stilgar absolutely slobbering over Paul.
Lisan Al Gaib.
We just weren't expecting it, and Stilgar had us just absolutely cackling. Stilgar is as good at reading the room as my great uncle at Thanksgiving.
Also, on the other side of things, Stilgar might be able to take Paul seriously, but yeah, we just really couldn't take Timothee Chalamet seriously at all.
I get that he's just supposed to be a kid kind of thrown into all of this, but yeah, lil bro is just taking this whole holy war thing way too seriously.
I mean, we get it. Your mom socially conditioned you with the ancient weirding arts of the Bene Gesserit. Your father was slain for being the duke of the most spice-rich planet in the galaxy. And you're some sort of prophetic messiah of a group of ruthless desert warriors. But still, dude, get over yourself.
Every time he yells, it's just perfectly anticlimactic.
I am Paul Muad'Dib Leto, Duke of Arrakis.
Not to mention, this is the same guy, and this is him too.
And then, of course, we have the psychotic, bloodthirsty, and fruity Feyd Rautha, played by everyone's favorite Elvis impersonator, Austin Butler. While Butler definitely gives an unsettlingly unhinged performance as Feyd Rautha, and also looks like an absolute menace, he's just a little bit too, intimate with his uncle in this movie.
You kissed your dad on the mouth?
And very, very obviously wants to get it on with Paul.
Austin's super talented. He's left me battered and bruised.
But at the same time, Timothee Chalamet and Austin Butler also have a really, really excellent chemistry in their brief, albeit epic showdown. This duel of fates that's going to decide who's going to take the throne as emperor.
Also, his makeup makes him look like a beluga whale. But even Feyd Rautha looks like a complete demon when compared to Dave Bautista's Raban. Every time he's on screen, it's just him throwing a temper tantrum, failing his uncle, or just straight up getting beat up.
And it seems especially goofy after his particularly hulking performance in the first Dune film, where he legitimately felt like a threatening beast. In this movie, he's just, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on. In every piece of promotional material, he looks like this.
But then he spends the rest of the runtime literally eating shit and licking boots. Not literally. He's not literally eating shit.
No,
He's eating.
he's literally kissing boots.
Yeah.
Maybe we're bad people for thinking Raban getting beat up is hilarious. But yeah, I guess we're bad people, because seeing people talk to themselves, that's funny too.
So when Jessica talks to her baby throughout the film, it's like she's, some person on the subway on drugs just muttering to themselves.
Well, she kind of is on drugs.
And to be quite frank, it's not just the director who's a comedic genius. The marketing team were comedic geniuses too.
You may have seen a picture of this very peculiar popcorn bucket floating around. Seem familiar?
Yeah, it looks like a hairy asshole.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Speaking of things floating around on the internet, there's all sorts of memes that spawn from this movie.
As we've mentioned, there's tons of jokes about the popcorn bucket.
But we've also got all sorts of Lisan Al Gaib memes.
And there's, a healthy plethora of puns.
We've got classic cat memes.
And then I guess we'll just call this, miscellaneous.
I think it's clear that Denis Villeneuve's Dune films are supposed to be these dramatic tellings of a holy war, with tons of serious religious undertones and imagery. There's betrayal, murder, prophecy, mass murder.
But that won't stop us from finding it funny.
May thy knife chip and shatter.
May thy knife chip and